Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name's Catherine from Siren Tarot, here to do a general reading. Okay, I'm not time stamping the reading. I am trusting if they get to you, they're yours at that time, and if they don't resonate, just kick it to the curb, or if you know something would help, please do share. All right guys, so I am open to private readings at the moment. I'm keeping those at £30 an hour, so if you're interested in that, drop me an email, soulsirentarot@gmail.com. I'm also building the new business Soul Siren Therapy because I've recently qualified as a counsellor and psychotherapist. So again, if you're interested in a more longer term healing plan, please take a look at the link below to the website. All right, Scorps, I'm going to crack on. All right, don't like to waste any time just talking about me. Here is the fairies, and I'm going to the fairies in all the readings at the moment because I'm feeling where you're pulling from. Ooh, powerful. Scorpio. Who's had you in a funk? Right? Who's had this Scorpio in a funk? Because that's what I always feel about a shapeshifter. It is a transformational card, but it's a card, excuse me, that's asking you to be wise to what's going around you. Someone's put you in a right funk that you're having to, I want to say, totally recreate yourself, Scorpio. Totally renew yourself, shed the old, right? And I love it because when you look at the head of, I have to look at it. See, it's like an owl, isn't it? It's like wearing the owl head, and it talks about primal wisdom and instinct. The wisdom of the owl. The wisdom of the owl is not just about, we know it's about ancient knowledge and wise thoughts and feelings, but it's also about the owl flies high. The owl lifts up and sees over a situation, sees above and beyond what the normal human mind can see. It's a very long-term strategic approach, and that's what this Scorpio's doing. This Scorpio is absolutely reinventing themselves. Massive knowledge, very similar to Libra. Massive knowledge, massive power. Trust in the ancient knowledge that you hold within. That's what I'm feeling, Scorpio. And the darkness of it, you see the darkness, that feels to me like you've dealt with a very dark energy, and as you shapeshift away from that, you will start to feel lighter and lighter, Scorpio. Escape, escape, escape. That's what I'm feeling for you. Someone's had you in a right funk, but you see it now. You see it now. Clarity, clarity. Right, I'm going to the normal tarot. Oof, the shapeshifter. I love that card. Right, for Scorpio. Power to you. And the beauty. I told you, right. Page of Wands showing here. Page of Wands for me is always like, the Wands energy can be tricky energy for me. It can be very passionate, it can be very flirty, it can be very fun. But the Page of Wands always feels a bit like the Page of Swords, a bit sneaky. They treat everything as a joke. They don't take anything serious. It always feels a bit like a narc warning for me. So Scorpio, I'm sorry if that's what you've been dealing with, because the Page as well in this reading is very young, immature energy. That doesn't mean it's an age thing. It's the maturity of their evolvement, their development in this human realm, and I just feel you've dealt with a child here, a childish energy that's hurt you, because I always feel with the one, they might be very fiery and passionate and sending you messages of love and joy, and then suddenly boom, they drop off because they have no understanding of the impact they've had on your life. That's what I feel for this Scorpio. It's a very specific reading. Look at this. Wow, the moon. This is coming out of the dark into the light, but it's also facing the dark, and this is what we talked about with the shapeshifter coming here. It's like you're suddenly getting your little self up and going through the gates. You're facing your fears. Maybe you put up with this energy because you didn't think you were good enough. Maybe you put up with this energy because you didn't feel, you felt you had to rely on it financially, or whatever that may be. But you're getting away from it now. You're shaping out of the dark into the light, facing those fears head on. That's what I feel, head on for this Scorpio. Wow. And Scorpio, look, you've got Chariot. Wow, that's two majors, the moon and the Chariot. So this is saying to you, the more you face those fears, my darling Scorpios, the more you just accept that something might hurt a little bit, or but I can do it, and you empower yourself to know you can do it. The divine are like, are you getting on these galloping horses? Are we galloping away? You've got this, right? So Scorpio, I do feel you're getting away from a nasty person, I'm sorry, and it's a very childish, immature person, and you know, that can be what confuses you sometimes, because you think, oh, what a sweet person this was, and then they changed overnight. What? But it's because you were playing with a childish energy, an immature energy, a narcissist. I'm feeling with these two cards, and the divine are pulling you away as quickly as they can, and that's where your shapeshifter's coming in. Wow, yeah. Queen of Cups showing here, right? This is you, Scorpio, whether male or female, right? So these are heavy cards that we're dealing with. The Queen of Cups, she sort of come out on a challenge like that, right? And what that means is the Queen of Cups is a beautiful cup of love. She's sincere. She means what she says. You know, he or she, remember. And what's happened here is you've overgiven. And that's what the Queen of Cups can be guilty of doing. She can overgive, and maybe that's a lesson that you've learned here, right? And that's why you're feeling, you know, a bit sort of dark and stung at the minute, but you're gaining wisdom on what's been going on. Because can you see, you know, she's like, but I gave you all this beautiful love, all this beautiful joy, happiness, you know, and this is what you've done. But I now know what a narcissist is. That's what I feel Libra's saying. I now know that's what a narcissist is. And I feel like you didn't know that. I feel like you've been a little bit like the lamb to the slaughter. I'm sorry, but this is who this reading's for. I've got to put them out there. A lamb to the slaughter. Can be a work situation, you know, it doesn't have to be a love relationship, but anything in your life. But this is definitely a run-in with a narc where you overgave to that situation. That's what I'm feeling, right, Scorpio. Libra had something very similar about trusting their wisdom. And as I say, this came out in, you can't make it up, can you? This came out in Libra's reading, the Hierophant, and we know this is the wisest card. It's the High Priest, and I was just talking about wisdom and trusting your wisdom as it come out, and it's literally mirroring that Page of Wands. So it's saying to me, you know, sorry if you can hear me ring bell, I'm sorry. It's basically saying to me, yeah, I've now learned that this type of energy exists. I didn't know it existed, and now to my pain, to my sorrow, I now understand it, but I'm going to take that wisdom and take it higher. I feel like I've got a Scorpio who will use this energy to better themselves, maybe to help others understand what narcissism is, and that's what I feel. And there's plenty of super videos on YouTube with you know, coaches talking about narcissism and what it is, and I would say education is key to moving through that energy. Queen of Wands, two queens on the deck, lovely. So with the Wands, it's passion, it's fire. King of Wands, Page of Wands, I find her a bit players, but I love the Queen of Wands because she's kind of a player herself. She's very much fuck it energy, fuck it, I'm going to do it energy, right? And so that's what this feels like is going to happen. You know, you're saying, well, what drives me now? You know, I'm turning round and I'm pushing that page back, because a page should not approach a queen's table unless they're correct, right? No, you shouldn't have come forward in the first place, mate. You may have fooled me once, but you won't fool me twice. Yeah, do not approach me. I'm a queen, remember, male or female, however it resonates, because it's divine masculine, divine feminine energy that we all hold, right? So you are showing them the queen you are. You are showing them how stronger you are than them, right? And I love the eyes, because if you look, just drawn to the look on the eyes with the shapeshifter and the Queen of Wands. Can you see that knowing look, that strong look, that transformational look? Yeah, I see what you've done. I see the game you've played, right? What's the saying? Treat me like a queen, I'll treat you like a king. Treat me like a game and I'll show you how it's played. And that's what this Scorpio is now doing. Woof. Power to you, Scorpio. I feel like you're red hot at the moment, I really do, in terms of your reactions. Look, and they don't know what to fucking do. Right, they don't know what to do. Seven of Swords here. They're hiding behind the column, aren't they? Sneaking an eye back, just peeking back round, because you can see two other swords there by the window. Your sword, they want to get them. Yeah, they want to get them and use them to stab you in the back again, because I feel like you've really bruised their ego. I've got a Scorpio here who has actually taught a narcissist a lesson, and that is extremely hard to do. It's extremely hard to do, because they will never acknowledge responsibility. They can never acknowledge that they're wrong. It's too much for their ego. It's too much for the fake ID, the fake presence that they put up. You know, they carry on in that actor mode of pretending they're someone they're not. And I actually think, Scorpio, you've whipped this narcissist's arse. You've whipped this narcissist's ass, right? And they're in total regret. They're looking back going, what the fuck? Because I feel this is somebody who has hurt people time and time again. It's coming under that moon card. Kept people in fear. Might have been saying, you know, I'm going to leave you all the time, or, you know, putting you on eggshells so that, you know, if you say something they don't like, they're down your throat, they're putting you down. Yeah, got you in a constant state of anxiety. And this is a Scorpio who've actually come full centre and said, you know what, I'm not fucking dealing with this. It's hurting like hell to go away, but I can see what the game was. You see the game as it was played, right? And you're using that pain to walk through that fear away from this narcissist, and now they're sat in the fear. That's what I feel. Now they're sat in the fear because they know you're not going back. They know it. You've seen through it. Look at this, Two of Swords. You've seen right through it under that Chariot. So I've got a Scorpio now who's making big decisions as well with the Two of Swords coming up, and it can feel quite risky. You know, you might be thinking, oh, I don't know whether to make that decision, the other decision, because you can see like the blindfold across the eyes. It's like, I'm not sure. Two is the start of a brand new journey. Swords is all about mental clarity, right? Coming out of the heart and going straight into the mind of the practicalities of what you want, where you want to go. It's coming under that Chariot, and I feel that's where the divine is saying to you, okay, you know, we put you through that because you needed to deal with that narcissist, right? That's something you may have, you know, committed to coming into this lifetime. It could be a twin flame situation. People think twin flames, it could be so romantic, and it's not. Twin flames can be really hard energy. You know, they're teaching each other different lessons, and I feel it may have been a twin flame that you've come in and you've dealt with it and educated, and actually maybe they're starting to look at themselves. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to get long-term change, because again, depends how big the ego is. It's very rare a narcissist will change, but have you certainly made them stop, think, and look at the boots a little bit? Yeah, you fucking have. So well done, Scorpio, to you. I want to say to you, whatever decision you make with that Two of Swords, with the Chariot over it, Spirit guiding it, I want to say to you, do not worry. Do not worry. The strength you have shown here in this situation coming under this Queen of Cups, your heart being literally, I want to say, broken apart, and you've stood up and you're standing up and you're standing firm. And again, we've got the Chariot, the 7, and then we get the 8, the Strength card. So you are definitely on a moving journey, definitely going to start making things happen your way now. You're not going to be deterred, says Scorpio. I'm not being deterred, and that narcissist knows it. That's what I feel. That narcissist knows it, right? So they won't feel guilt. I can't give you that. I can't say to you, because I know that's what we want. We want to say, yeah, look, 5 of Swords. We want to say, you know, look at all the battles you put me through. Look at the pain of that existence that you put me through. But they will never do it. They will never acknowledge it. You know, they just want to keep you on the battlefield with that 5 of Swords. You know, they just want to keep you there fighting, because narcissists feed off any energy. It doesn't have to be light energy, it can be dark energy. Any reaction, any emotion that you put out, they suck it up. It's feed for them. They're like constantly thirsty for that outcry, that output, whatever it may be, and they want to keep you there on the battlefield. But that's coming next to Strength and under the Hierophant, which is again clarification for me and confirmation for me that you got wise to what you were dealing with, and you've stood up, Scorpio, and you've said enough. Enough, I'm walking away. What else, please, Spirit? Ow. Enough, I'm walking away. Can you see this? So similar to Libra's readings, but you can see here the angels guiding you. Can you see? We talked about you coming out of that dark space. Can you see that? Let me get it clear for you. It's coming out of the gates of hell and rising up to the angels, to the light, yeah? Judgment time. You're listening to your guides, you're listening to your power, and you're escaping the dark. I always look, can you see? Sorry. Can you see like the gravestones here? It's like gravestones. It's like you're coming out of the dead. Yeah, I felt like I was dead. I've got a Scorpio here who's probably walking around, the shoulders down, the head down, constantly feeling pain in here, unable to focus on what they were doing on a daily basis. That's what I feel. And, you know, because you didn't know where you stood, because this narcissist was keeping you on a very tight rope, right? Four of Wands coming up. It was a twin flame experience that you've had, right? But what this is also saying coming next to that Judgment is you've taught that twin flame a lesson, except that you're not going to be together in this lifetime. It may be in the next lifetime you will, but this lifetime, this was your job to do and you've done it. But this is telling me you are going to get joy and happiness coming into your life, Scorpio. Stay positive, stay focused. Queen of Wands there, more Wands energy. You know, keep your passions alive. Keep looking at where you're going and where you want to go. Look at this, gorgeous, right? Because here we have the Four of Coins. Your ships are coming in, baby. Your ships are coming in, right? Trust it. Know it. Might take some time, right? Because, you know, I'm building a new legacy, I'm building a new life, but he's on the ship now. He's ready to sail away. He's ready to bust his moves. You know, I've got through the worst of the pain. That's what I feel. I'm trusting the right person will come in my life. I know I'm going to get to wish fulfillment. That's what this is saying, right? Look at him. And he's sat on his own in this bar, isn't he? He's happy with his goblets of wine or whatever, you know, in his own peace. I mean, look at the smile on him. Absolutely happy. Again, male or female, this is you. I sail alone. I'm happy alone. And I trust when the time is right, the right person will come in. But what I do know from what I've been through with this narcissist is I will never ever allow myself to be in that situation again, not with them or not with any other player that comes along, says Scorpio. And yes, love it. Nine of Swords. See the Devil? See this? This was you, right? It's mirroring that Judgment. This is where your divine got involved and your guiding angels, right, to pull you out. So let's just look at it. So, you know, we're saying this is where you were, the graveyard there. We can see the dark sort of castle and that's the room you were in, right? That's the room you were in. But because it's mirroring that Judgment card now, this is them. This is them. They are mad regretful, Scorpio, yeah? And the reason this is them and you've completely changed positions is, see the Devil in the background? That's the Devil looking through the window. The Devil does not stay loyal to anyone who lets them down. The Narc works with Devil dark energy. If they've let the Devil down because you've escaped, the Devil is not happy with them. They are sat in anxiety and regret. I'm telling you now, Scorpio. And listen, don't believe what you see on social media. Any posts are putting up. Remember, it's always a game for the Narc. No one sees the true darkness of the Narc until they are sat on their own, bleeding dark energy out, right? That's when the mask comes off. Wow. I've just gone to the fairies to close this reading and it's absolutely stunning. Look at that. The Star. You can't make these up, can you? I love it. Look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Boom, fucking boom, Scorpio. Yeah, this is the card of recovery. It's the card of wish fulfillment. It's the card of making your dreams come true, right? So you've took that pain and you're using it to push you on and grow and get what you deserve in this lifetime. And that one, that shitbag, can stay in the dark devil energy with the devil constantly. The devil constantly on their back. Can you see the difference in energies? Absolutely stunning, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there. There's nothing more to say. All right. I do hope this helped you, Scorpio. If it did, great. If it didn't, you know something would, please do share. As I say, I'm open to private readings if you're interested in that. I'm keeping it £30 an hour, so email me soulsirentarot@gmail.com. Details below. If you're interested in a longer term mental health healing therapy, then Soul Siren Therapy, link below to the website to find out more about that. All right, guys, anything else, just let me know. Stay safe, stay strong, love and light, and see you very soon.